Hello and a very warm welcome back to the channel. This video is all about celebrating the Humble Collector's album and how much fun it is to complete a date run. But if that's not your cup of tea, then don't worry, I do still have a few bits of Silverton box too. So with that being the case, let's get on with the show. Hello everybody, how are you all today? Yes, you may recall from earlier on in the channel, I did quite a few 50p hunts until the bank told me I wasn't allowed to get any more bags of 50p's. But one thing that did mean is I did find quite a few new 50p's, but I don't have in the album yet. So I thought today we'd just have a nice chill back, relaxed chat while I look to pop a few new coins into the albums. And most of them will be 50p's, but I do also have a few silver florins that will be added into the album as well. So without any further ado, let's look to get the first coin in its album, which is this stunning little coin right here, which is the Peter Rabbit 2019 Beatrix Potter coin. Now in 2019 and 2020 they did do a Peter Rabbit coin, but they were the only coins that they released in the series. Up until then you did have a series of at least 4 coins. I think the first series was 5, and the 2018 I think was down to a 4 coin series. But as I say, in 2019 and 2020 they did release a Peter Rabbit coin, which were the only 2 that I was missing for the album until today, as I do have this absolutely stunning Peter Rabbit. Now look at that, that is in absolutely pristine condition. I do have one still in its blister pack, absolutely sealed, so I'm not too worried about popping this one in the album. I will be very careful not to touch it. There we go. I just get one of my cotton gloves here, because I don't want to touch the face of a coin, and we'll just pop it in there like that. So with that being the case, as you can see, the Beatrix Potter album is looking very good. There is only the 2020 Peter Rabbit left to get. Now that is a very difficult coin to find. Last time I checked, which was a few weeks ago, I will be honest, but last time I checked they were still going for somewhere around £50 per coin online. So I'm not sure how quickly I'll be able to get the 2020, but as soon as we get that, that will be the Beatrix Potter album finally completed. Look at that, it's looking absolutely brilliant. From the very first coin, the Beatrix Potter coin, all the way through Jemima Puddle Dog, Mrs. Tittlemaus, and Flopsy Bunny. Flopsy Bunny, of course, being Flopsy Bunny and I believe the 2018 Peter Rabbit both being the second most rare 50p's in circulation, behind of course the Kew Gardens, which did have a silly low mintage of only 210,000. So with that being the case, we'll move on. We'll leave that one for now and we'll move on to the 50p collector's album. Now this is the one I've had out on the channel previously, you may recall, because I had a load of coins. Well, I think I'd just bought the album and I obviously had a load of coins already in some from the hunts that I wanted to pop in. So there is a video on the channel early on of me popping all the coins you see in the album here in front of you. Okay, so if I grab the first coin, as you can see right here, it is the 2014 Glasgow Commonwealth Games coin. You can see a cyclist right there and a runner. And if we have a look at the obverse of the coin, you can see the Ian Rank broadleaf depiction of Queen Elizabeth, and the legend around the coin reading Elizabeth II, by grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, and 50p at the bottom. So let's have a look where we are. We have 2014 right there, so we'll pop that one in. And these ones are circulative coins, so I don't mind getting the odd fingerprint on them. We've been through enough hands, as it were. And so next up, let's have a look. Here we go. We'll do this one because this is the 2015 Battle of Britain coin, which will give us a full line. So it's one of my favourite 50p's. This is. I love the reverse depiction right there, showing some fighter pilots running to their Spitfires to try and join in to the Battle of Britain. But if we have a quick look at the obverse of the coin, we can see that this one has the Jodie Clark depiction of Queen Elizabeth right there, and the legend around the coin reads Elizabeth II, by grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, and 50p, 2015. You can just see a JC underneath the neckline of Queen Elizabeth right there, and that is of course the initials of the designer Jodie Clark. So as I say, that gives us another full run, and it does mean that from 2013 all the way up to the Taylor of Gloucester 2018, we do have a full house. Now, of course, I do have those two coins, but they're in the Beatrix Potter album that we've just seen. So technically, I would have all the way up to the 2018 Snowman. I've just missed it. Here we go. It's actually the 2011. We do have just there. So it would be 2011 all the way up to the People's Act that I do have. But as I say, they are in other albums or yet to go in this one. And actually, I'm going to contradict myself because right now I've got the 2010 Gil Guides coin. Now this was the second of a two-part which completed the Gale Guides and Scout coins. Scout coins are of course issued in 2007, and you can see right there around the coin it says celebrating 100 years of Gale Guiding UK, 50 pence, and of course you've got the Shamrock logo of the Gale Guides right there. And if we have a look at the obverse of the coin, it's another Ian Rank Broadley. They will be either Ian Rank Broadley or Jodie Clark depictions, and we won't go through them every time because they will be exactly the same, just with a different year on them. So that being the case, we'll pop that one in there. And I've just noticed, obviously I do have the Kew Gardens now, which I'm so proud to own, but that's locked away, guarded by 13 dwarves in a underground bunker somewhere, never to be seen again. But of course that would actually mean that I've actually got from 2004 Roger Bannister all the way down to 2018. So that's actually not a bad run if I had the other coins in here. But again, moving on, of course, right here we do have the 2018 Paddington the Palace coin. A lovely little coin. The 2018 was a little bit more rarer than the 2019. I think these were minted to 5 million per coin, whereas I think the 2019s were around 9 million per coin. But I can actually just have a look because we've got the album. It was 5 million per coin on these ones. A lovely little coin there showing Paddington waving a flag in front of Buckingham Palace. So as I say, a lovely little coin. The Jodie Clark depiction of Queen Elizabeth right there, and he will go in the album, not there, but right there. Okie dokie. So the final coin for this album will be this one right here, which is Paddington at the Station, the second one of the 2018 series for Paddington, with the same mintage figures of 5 million. And again, of course, with it being the same part of the same series, it's got the same Jodie Clark depiction of Queen Elizabeth. So once again, we will pop him in the album, and that is about it for the 50p album. So I've got still to get the 98 NHS coin, the 98 Eurostars. Of course, I've got a Eurostars, but it's the 92, which was the old large style 50p's, and the 2003 Suffragettes coin. Once I've got those three, I've got the full page down to the Snowman, but I do, of course, need to get re-get 3 of the coins. I don't know what I'm going to do about the Kew Gardens. I'll have to try and get a dinged up circulated as cheap as possible. Or what do you say, guys? Will am I allowed to get a filler coin, a fake, just to fill the album? Now I own a real one. Or do I need to get a second? I personally, I don't like the idea of filler coins, but then again, there are some coins which are pretty much near on impossible to get. Cough, cough, 1933 penny. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. But again, moving on, we'll put that one again to one side with the other one. And the next album I'm going to have a look at is the Olympics. Now, until I started doing the hunts, I think I only had one Olympic coin, which was the gymnastics coin. And I've actually got quite a few through the hunts. I've not done badly. Now, these weren't all obtained through the hunts. I will be honest, some of them were purchased. Because there are some that are exceedingly difficult to get in circulation, and you know, it's unlikely you are ever going to see them in circulation. Not impossible, but unlikely. But we'll start off with this one because this is a spare coin. This is one of the spares, so we're going to use this as the obverse design because there is a place. Oh no, it's not a place. I thought there was, but it's actually just a. There's no place for a coin there. So that's not required. I was actually just going to put a coin in for that, but that's not a problem. So we'll try and go through alphabetically, which the first coin I've got is and these coins all have the same of verse and the same year because they were all minted in 2011. Now, I do believe the Athletics was also minted in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. But all the coins we have today were minted 2011. And as I say, this is the first one right now, which is Archery. So we'll pop him in there. And this album has a really snug fit, which is something I really like with the albums. I don't like it when they flop out. Sometimes with the other albums, you open them, and just like with the which one? There was one in there that it was 2011 WWF coin, wasn't it? So yeah, just like that one, they can you can find them in the other side. So moving on, we've the next one I believe we have will be basketball, which is this one right here. Again, this was one that was definitely found in the hunt, so a lovely find. I do like the 2011 Olympic coins. As I say, until very recently, were coins that I didn't actually have. I'd not been able to come across them in my chain, so it's brilliant to have the ones I have now. So I think the next one will be looking at this equestrian, which is this one right here. Now, I think this was the first Olympic that I ever found during the hunt. I think I found this one during the maybe the first hunt, if not the first hunt, it's definitely the second one. But a lovely little coin there, and we'll put that one again in the album. Now, speaking of the albums, now this is a aftermarket album, as you would say. It's quite a nice one. It's hardback. I do like it, but I do intend to actually get the original 2011 official release album. Now, them themselves are an investment because the album will fetch around 100 to 120 pounds just for the cardboard album without any coins inside of it, if it is an official release one. So that is something I'd love to get for the collection eventually, but for right now, this album will certainly suffice. It's more than good enough to hold the coins, and it is a lovely little album. It's just I do like the collector in me does want the official release. Now, looking at this, we don't have fencing, but the piece de la resistance for this album is this coin right here, which is a lovely little coin, and it is, of course, the football offside rule coin. Now, Lee, I think you mentioned you have this coin, don't you? Definitely let me know in the comments if that's correct. But this, of course, is the rarest of all the Olympic 50p coins right there. So again, we'll pop that there. Now, this one has come out of circulation, but I don't want to make it any worse than it already is, as it is quite a valuable coin. So I'm going to use my glove there to pop that one in. So moving on, we do have the next coin, which is gold ball. Let me just find that here. Now, I'm pretty sure there's ones I had that I've gone missing, unfortunately, but when I've gone through all my 50p's, they weren't there. So I don't know if they've been mixed up and accidentally spent, but well, worst case scenario with that is eventually some other collector will come across them in their chain. So it is passing it on at least. So let's have a look. Gymnastics was the first ever 50p coin I had because it was given to me by my good friend. Somebody who I've mentioned on the channel a time or two is the chap who has a lot of wartime memorabilia, and he also collects 50p's, not to the extent that I do, but he does like to put them to one side when he comes across them in his change, which is I think how most people like to collect these 50p's. But that being the case, I definitely do recommend going out and investing in one of these date run or collector albums, as it were, because they are so much fun to see yourself going through them and getting them filled up. But that being the case, we'll move on to the next ball, which is handball, and again it is a coin that we definitely do have, and that's the handball coin right there. Very commonly mistaken for the basketball coin, and you can see why. It does look like there's a basketball coin there, court there, and somebody slam dunking the ball, but obviously if you look at the hand, it's a much smaller ball. And of course, the basketball coin one right there is kind of shaped like a basketball. So that's the way to tell them apart. But we'll put that one in there like that. And unfortunately, I haven't come across the hockey as of yet. Judo is quite a sought after coin. It's one of the rare ones from the collection as well. But modern pentathlon is one of the first coins that I found in a hunt after the equestrian one. I'm not sure if it was the same one. I think the equestrian hunt I got the sailing one as well, but I'm not sure if I got this one in that hunt or the following hunt after. But Lovely little coin. That, as I say, is modern pentathlon coin right there. So we'll pop that in the album. Here we go. And moving on, we don't have rowing, but as I've just mentioned, we do have sailing, which is this one right here. As you can see, we've got a couple of sailing dinghies right there. And I'm guessing that's some sort of map coordinates in the background, the grid lines. I'm not 100% sure what they're meant to represent. I know it does look like a map. I'm guessing it's a sailing charting map, I assume, but it's a lovely little coin. You can see the waves right there and the boats on top of it. So we'll pop that one in the album right there. And looking at this next one. Now, the one I'm sure I had, but I've not been able to find in a long time, is the Taekwondo coin. Now, I do think I had that one, but again, I've not been able to find it. I have looked pretty much everywhere, and I don't think it's going to turn up now if that hasn't already. So, unfortunately, that probably got swept up with the 50p's that got returned with one of the hunts. So, hopefully, it will make its way to a good home. And that will be a consolation at least. But right here we have tennis, and you can see you've got a tennis ball coming over the net right there. So we'll pop that in, and we will move on to the next coin, which is triathlon, and that is a coin that we do have. And that's that coin right there, and you can see the swimmer, the cyclist, and the runner to represent the 3 events in a triathlon. There you go. It's quite a nice coin that is, but we'll pop that in the album, and we'll have a look. Is there any more we have? There is not. We don't have wheelchair, rugby, wrestling, weightlifting, or volleyball as of yet. So the album has been started. Hopefully it won't take too long. I am definitely going to have to look into getting some more 50p's for another hunt soon. It's been far too long, and I literally cannot wait to do another hunt. But that being the case, let's move on to some silver, because right here I do have my Florin Date Run album, which is coming along nicely. We've got most of the right hand side page, which sadly is mostly comprised of non-silver coins, but we are filling it surely but slowly. Now, you may, eagle-eyed viewers may notice that there's a couple missing from this row that I actually popped in earlier on the channel. Now, the reason for that is they've been given away to people. One, I think, went out to Cranky Stacker over in the States, and the other one went to an amazing guy who's always there to support the lives, and that's KW, and I think he's all the way out in Canada. So those two have gone across the world, and and now definitely do have good homes. Cranky, I know, is a great guy, very deserving guy, and you know, he has a love for world coins, and I'm stacking silver as well, so I thought an old silver coin would be a nice touch for him. But that being the case, let's have a look what we've got here. So the first one I've got is the 1921 florin. That there, right there. Again, these coins are all 500 silver florins, these are, so I think they will all have the same design as well, so I won't go into too much detail regarding that. But as you can see here, you've got the 4 angled scepters and 4 crucible shields of England, Ireland, and the rampant line of Scotland right there, and it's a lovely design, one of my favorites. Not my favorite design, but it is a very nice design coin. And if we have a look at the other side there, we have the Bertram Edgar McCullen depiction of King George right there, and the legend around coin reads Georgius v DG Brit Rex FD Ind Imp, and that, of course, as always, is abbreviated Latin and would translate to George the Fifth, by grace of God, King of all Britain, Defender of the Faith, and Emperor of India. And again, on the other side, you can see the legend just reads 1 florin at the top, and the denomination, the date, the denomination of 1 florin at the top, and the date of 1921 at the bottom there. So without any further ado, let's get that popped in the album right there. And the next one we'll move on, and this one looks like it may have been cleaned at some point in the past, because that is a quite worn coin with no patina on it, so that definitely has been cleaned, unfortunately, at some point. But you know, it definitely will fill a slot in the album for now. Again, you've got exactly the same details on the coin except for the date being different, which is 1923 on this coin. Just to let you know, the last coin was minted to figures of 34 million. This one is minted to a bit lower of 21 million, but both have quite high minted figures, so they're not particularly coins that will you'll find too much trouble getting. The next one has a mintage of 23 million. And again, it's the same coin, just with a different date of 1922 at the bottom. And again, these are I'd consider all of these coins up to yet to be in worn condition. The 1921 perhaps is the best, but does have quite a hefty scratch on there, which does look quite new because the metal behind the scratch doesn't seem to have tarnished at all. If you can see, you can clearly see it on camera. I just look to be something that's happened quite recently, unfortunately. But it is what it is. A coin in the date run is better than none. So here we are. In fact, we have moved on to the next type here, which is it is quite similar. You do still have the 4 crowned angled scepters with the 4 crucible shields, but in this the crowns have moved from the shields to the scepter. You've got garter in the middle and a different legend around the coin, which is Fid Def Ind Imp Florin 1920. Oh, sorry, 1 Florin 1928, which is Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India 1928, 1 Florin. And on the other side, you've got the same depiction of King George. There was only one depiction used on British coinage. The legend around coin on this one does look to be pretty much the same, but it does read Georgius v. Georgius v. de Graaf, Brit on Rex. So that is a bit different because instead of having the initials, we've got de Graaf, which is short for de Gratia, which of course means by grace of God and King of all the Britons right there. So that being the case, let's get this last one popped into the album, which is right here, and apparently that's how it goes in. So brilliant. As I say, the Florin album is definitely coming along. I will be picking up some more Florins for this page shortly. Now I'm concentrating on the 500 silver Florins first off because they are the cheapest, but I will move on to the 95 silver Florins afterwards. So I've only got 1 full row and 3 on this page, and then the 7 on that page. So that's 8 and 7, 15 left to get. So I should be able to get those fairly recently over the next few weeks, and then we'll start working on to the 925 silver Florins, which I can't wait because the Standing Britannia, which you can see right there, is one of my absolute favourite design coins. I really do love the Standing Britannia Florin, and sadly as of yet I don't have any, but I am hoping to get onto them very soon. So that is the new coins for me to pop into the date runs for you today. But what I'd like to do is bring another album out, which I have had out on the channel before. I think I had it out when I was putting into Future Investments Challenge to show how much silver I'd purchased so far in the year. But this is my my completed date run half crown album, and as you can see, it is absolutely fully complete. I do have every single one of the years for this album, and it was such an amazing feeling to get the album finished. And I just wanted to just celebrate date runs because this is my absolute favorite way to collect coins. I have a lot of capsulated coins and silver proofs in capsules, etc., and they're very nice, but I don't get to see them half the time because they live in the boxes. Now these date run coins, as you can see, they're all circulated coins. We've all got a various degree of wear to them, but one thing that does mean is that I'm quite happy just to get them out and just have a play with them. And these are definitely coins that if they weren't in a date run album, I'd be more than happy just to have them in a leather pouch for the YouTube stack. But obviously having the completed album is something I'm very proud of, and I just wanted to know what or who out there has any date runs of your own. Now, I've had an email from one of my absolutely brilliant subscribers, somebody who's not only a subscriber, but someone as I consider as a friend, somebody who you will probably be very familiar with, as he's not only featured on this channel a number of times, but he's always showing support to other stacking channels out there. I am, of course, talking about Jamie Frost, and he'd been kind enough to show me, to send me some photos of his 10 yen date run albums that he's currently working on. So I'm going to pop them on the screen right now for everyone to look at. But while you're enjoying those, it does lead me on very nicely onto the next thing I'd like to talk about, because I want to do a video in the future celebrating all the date run albums that you guys have. So I was wondering if you'd all be kind enough to do what Jamie's done and send me an email, just a photo of your date runs, even if it's not in an album. Just lay the coins out in order of date, and pop that over to me at stackcollectorcnb@gmail.com. And what I'll do is I'll make a video montage showing all the date runs that have been sent. And I don't know, maybe we'll turn it into a competition and find out whose date run is your guys' favourite. And maybe there'll be a little prize to win in there. I'm not entirely sure yet, but something I'm thinking about, and I thought something that would just be a little bit of fun. But it's something that I definitely can't do unless you guys send me the photos of your awesome coins, so we can look to choose through them. Now, 365 Days of Silver, I know you've got date run because you've got the date run of old pre-decimal pennies, haven't you? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you've recently completed that yourself. Now, pre-decimal pennies are definitely something that I'm looking into move on to soon. I do have a large collection of them, but they are my only coins that haven't been sorted. Every other coin I have has been sorted out, but my pre-decimal pennies are still in boxes jumbled up together, needing to be sorted through. So I do look forward to starting my date run albums for them soon, but until I can actually get time to go through them and sort them out, that's not something that can happen. But no, yes, 365, I know you've definitely got a really good date run album. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that video of yours before. Okay, so just a couple of things to remind everyone before I go. I do still have the TSC UCC challenge running. I think it's going to run for probably around to the end of this week. Just give anyone who's still not had chance to enter. Don't forget, you can enter even if you're not a creator by, again, emailing me at the email I advised before, stackcollectorcnb@gmail.com. The email is in my about section, and I do put it in the description of all my videos. So again, yeah, if you wanted to take part in the ugly coin challenge and send me your coin, just like what I said with the date runs, once I've closed that off, I'm going to be making a montage video of all the entries, and I'm going to put it to the community to decide which one of the horrific coins is the most ghastly. And again, you know, I'm thinking of maybe having a little prize for the winner of that too, which you know, it is just for fun. But I thought, you know, just a little small token prize for the winner, I thought might be nice. But if you did want to have a bit of fun and enter into that, definitely send me your email over to stackcollectorcnb@gmail.com. I have had a few emailed over to me already, and I know that Tuli had a subscriber entry in one of her videos as well. So, you know, as long as it's tagged with hashtag TSCUCC, it doesn't matter how it gets over to me, all entries will be considered. And again, it won't be myself who decides, it will be the community. So other than that, I don't have the coins here, but I do have the 500 subscriber giveaway still running on the channel, where you can be in with your chance to win one of two what I consider to be amazing prizes, which is both the £5 and 50p brilliant uncirculated coin packs, or the 2023 Martin Jennings King Charles III Silver Britannia. Again, the link for that video will be in the description of this one, but to make it easy for you, all you have to do is go to that video, leave 2 comments in the comment section, one saying crowned and one saying crownless. The crowned will put you in with a chance to win both the £5 and 50p brilliant uncirculated coin packs, and the crownless will put you into to be in with a chance to win the Silver Britannia. Now, you can enter for both. I am asking that people enter for both separately, so it would be, as I say, one comment saying one and then a second comment saying the second, but that's absolutely fine. I also say in the original video that if you're overseas, you will be in with your chance to win a £30 voucher, not the coins. I have changed that now, and if you win, regardless of where you are in the world, you will have the choice of accepting the £30 voucher or the wonderful coins that are on to offer. So I am more than happy and willing to ship abroad on those. That's not an issue at all. So as I say, just head over to that video, pop in the comments and put crowned in one comment and crownless in the other if you want to be in with a chance to win both. If not, just put whichever one you want to be in with a chance to win, and you will be in with a chance to win that. As soon as I get to 500 subscribers, I will use a random comment picker to select 2 lucky winners. So if you haven't liked and subscribed as of yet, then definitely go ahead and do so, as the sooner we get to 500, the sooner we can pick the winners. But, and I do genuinely think I've waffled on for long enough on this one now. It has been amazing popping the coins into the albums with you guys. I honestly genuinely do love a coin album. If it's not something you're into, then definitely consider giving it a try, because when you get to complete the album, it is an amazing feeling. But again, yes, as I say, I have waffled on for too long now, so that is it for this week. But as always, until next time, keep stacking, take care, and goodbye.